Well, hello. I'm Dr. Daryl Green. I'm with the Dixon College of Business. I am a business professor. I teach marketing, I teach management and leadership. And I'm here to share with you an overview of OBU's pilot micro internship program. So the first thing that you may ask yourself is why why is this program uh, is in existence and who is it for? So this overview is geared toward students, interested students, faculty, administrators, interested business partners, whether they are a entrepreneurs or a nonprofit organization or government agencies. Also, those institutions that might be interested in incorporating a micro internship. So the primary aim is to give marketing majors some additional training. So this is what we are going to go to. So I want you to follow along with me in this overview. So overview for the day of what I'm going to attempt to cover. A brief introduction, overview of the pilot program, the results that we have achieved to date, and a wrap up. So first of all, who is this guy? Again, I am Dr. Daryl Green with Oklahoma Baptist University. I teach marketing. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from Shreveport, Louisiana. Started my undergraduate experience at Southern University in Baton Rouge in engineering, mechanical engineering. I met my wife, Estrelita. We have three adult children. Mario, Shalita, Demetrius have three grandchildren across three different states. And I just happened to be at OBU. I spent 27 years working with the Department of Energy as an engineer dealing with nuclear and non-nuclear projects. And at the same time, I went back to school and got my doctorate degree and my master's degree in business. So I'm very in tune with business. Matter of fact, I did some recruiting for the department, recruiting interns in permanent positions. So I'm kind of familiar with this. And so what I wanted to do in 2016, I left my institution, my engineering job, and I decided I wanted something more. How many of you want something more? So I found Oklahoma Baptist University. Dean Holden gave me this opportunity, and what I'm trying to do is try to give the practical experience. And so my experience as a recruiter, as a professional person, that a lot of the students did not have some of the missing elements, and we see that more and more as we look at different studies. So I am all about connecting with students and collaborating with those students, and you'll see that come out as we talk. So things have changed. I want you to raise your hand if you know things have changed. Things have changed in the business world, employment, because of certainly COVID-19 accelerated the problem. But we see many individuals are losing their jobs. Some individuals are working are getting their hours cut, and fear for their livelihood. So certainly the universities, colleges, and other institutions had to make some adjustments. But I'm going to suggest to you that they have not fundamentally changed. And so what students need now more than anything, students want career-ready students. They want career-steady students that can come in. We call it plug and play. They come in, they're ready to go, they have experience. But for many of the students, like for my marketing students, they, most of them are working jobs, or they're athletes, and so their summers are dedicated to getting ready or to working. And so they don't have this opportunity. So in using a micro internship, this is what we are instituting. So you might say, Dr. Green, what is a micro internship? I'm going to help you out. So a micro internship is like a traditional internship, but within the classroom. So within my class, students are assigned a business partner, and they are to going to work with that business partner to discover the problems, their needs, and to work on 2 or 3 things to help that company over the semester. Normally looking at between 6 to 10 weeks. Certainly could be longer than that. That kind of matches most institutions, but it's very flexible. I actually have, this is for primarily the micro internships are geared toward undergraduates. We do have graduate students that are doing consulting work with business, which are similar, and the expectations is different. So why do we do this? Because we give the students some actual practical experience and some of the skill sets. We talk about building professionalism, critical thinking, being adaptable, are all the things that you can do in a micro internship. And we have been doing this for several years, partnering with businesses. I used the terminology micro internships in 2020 to kind of separate it, but we've had a long history of working with institutions in certain classes. Is what I'm saying. Certainly, accounting has been noted to do that at OBU. So this is what we're really talking about. Again, this is really about equipping the students in this critical time as this. So we have really made the pivot of doing this. So first of all, the generations is different. You have the great generation born before 1946. Then you have the baby boomers born 1946 to 1964. Then you have Generation X, which is I'm part of, born 1965 to 1981. And then you have millennials, Generation Y, born 1980, 81, 82 to 1994, 95. Then you have the current generation of students. We're calling them Nexters, or we're calling them Generation Z. They're very different. So they're already the most diverse, the most socially conscious, entrepreneurial. They have these already built in. Digital natives. They're very engaged. And so they're very comfortable with technology. They do require a lot more feedback. They want to know. They want it instant. They want it continuous, which is something unique to them. And yet, many institutions have the same old. They have not made any adjustments. And so this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to move from what we call a subject-centered learning to really a student-centered learning in dealing with the micro internship. So we're trying to cater to them, injecting some of the technology, injecting some of those things that they really care about, and they really want to know relevancy. Is the material relevant? And that is really the heart of the micro internship. It's practical experience and it's relevant. So there have been studies from institutions trying to figure out what are the missing gaps. The National Association of Colleges and Employers have saw a research that there were 8 critical needs that were missing in most of the students. A big gap: critical thinking, problem solving, digital literacy, culture intelligence, leadership, oral and written communications, teamwork, collaboration, and professionalism and work ethic. So that is really what we're trying to close those gaps with this micro internship. So in our micro internship, there's a model that utilizing first the guiding professor. You need someone who really is connect to I'd say the community, connect with the students, and connect with the relevancy of the material. In our case, in marketing, I'm doing that. I try to bring all these pieces together and facilitate, because you're gonna have, believe it or not, you're gonna have problems. And so I know that, and we know that, And so having a professor that's embodied, that not only cares about the student, but understands the dynamics of how students need to grow. And so it's a little different model. It's not a passive position. So we're not just throwing assignments out there. We're actually making modifications, trying to improve it, trying to get feedback, and trying to improve. And so that's really a different model of a professor. And I've written some things on that. Then you have certainly again at the center of this is the students. So we're trying to prepare a well-prepared marketing student, but we've also used this for management students also, and so this is what we hope. Maybe other institutions might want to use it for other disciplines. So having a business partner, and so one of the things I try to do is you want to match the students, and normally it's the students I found work best. Teams of two to three. One person can do it if they're very mature, but you have some redundancy when you have two students working together. Also, you want to have a business partner that understands uh, the intent of the program. It's supposed to be win-win. So you have students that are raw, but in saying that, you also have students who have a high energy, who's digital natives, and who can give some fresh ideas and give something to the organization. So that is very meaningful to the organization. What the organization provides to students, they give them practical experience. How do you interact with a business, with an organization? So most students don't get that. And I'm just going to let you know, I think it's late. I think it's too late in the game when you're juniors and seniors. You're trying to teach them that, and so we hoping to encourage more of this in the early stages of development when students get into our business college. And I think it's very unique right now to the business college. Maybe other individuals are doing it in other places, but certainly the business college is a great place to implement this. Then the other part of that is the career center. In our case, I deal with Director Lori Hagens, who's been very dynamic. She actually works with the students on talking about professionalism. We actually do a pre and post survey with the students. She's also contacting alumni and business partners. You need that business analytics to really make this work, and this is really what we've been trying to do. So she's been a very good resources. In most institutions, most of the students don't even go to the career center. They don't even know where it's at, and so this way we bring them. We try to collaborate and try to bring this other sector in there, because in the end of the day, students want a job, and having a career center involved in that, I think, is critical. The last part of that is alumni and mentors. So we mentioned those 8 criteria by the NACE, but one of the things I think is very important is how do you get that? And I mentioned students like instant and continuous feedback. So another additional loop, you have the business partner, you have the career center, you have me as a professor. The other part of that is alumni and mentors. A lot of times institutions seek out alumni just for the money, but what we're asking for in our micro internship is just to help coach the student. And so our minimum is like 20 minutes once a month, just kind of building those relationships. And I highly encourage students to seek out people that they don't know that's an alumni, so they can build their network and skill. So I think that has been a highlight, and one of the things I think has really set us apart in terms of doing that. So this is our little model that we're trying to utilize. Again, what we're getting in terms of this, what is the advantage? So we're able to connect the management and marketing theories to practical applications from the course. We're partnering with industry. Again, no one professor can keep up with what's going on, and so now students have an opportunity to work with partners to find out how does the business actually work in the real world. We also have a certification. So each of the programs that we're talking about, there's a built-in certification because that gives students confidence. We also have simulations that we try to interact, so students get, again, a repetition of doing the things. Again, engaging with alumni, I think, is amazing. And again, we have some examples that we could provide of how that works out. So in terms of deliverables, some of the things that we ask the students to do, they have to put together a project approval form, a very detailed form that basically ask what does the client's need and analyzing that using certain tools. We have them do a student agreement form, so they're accountable. There are some things that you need to be doing. Each student has to sign that. They do a pre-survey at the beginning. They do a per-survey, looking at their skill sets based on that NACE critical elements. We ask them how they did before and afterwards. So the business partner, we asked them to do a business agreement. Again, we want to make sure everyone is has a great understanding of this. We asked them to do a pre and post survey. Again, we also have a kickoff meeting with each of the clients. I had the students, they're leading the meeting. I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. That is really, really critical. Also, we asked alumni to give a pre and post survey. That's going to probably be modified over time. Our experience is that many alumni really don't have a time, so we're probably going to be moving more toward personal contact about a career center. And myself, I think is probably more beneficial. And so that is, as you can see, that's the evolution that's taking place. So here's our first quote unquote micro internship students. We did it during COVID, when COVID was at the peak. We started this started in the spring of 2020. Did it with our digital marketing class, and also did it with our small business marketing class, which has a capstone. And so very dynamic. You see, they're very professional. And we started out with 14 businesses. We started that in I think January, February. Then we had COVID come in, and we were able to complete 7 of those. So that was really amazing. So very difficult, but again, we're trying to teach our students how to deal with adversity, and I think that was a great opportunity. Again, we saw some great things that took place. Here's actually one exception. We actually had Alex. Alex was a graduating management major with a minor in marketing, and she single-handedly worked with Dr. George Taylor, working on digital marketing for him, and just saw the relationship, the collaboration grow. Dr. Taylor was mentoring her. Alice was growing, and she's working today. But certainly, it was a good relationship that we like to foster here at Oklahoma Baptist University. So analysis, again, we'd like to look at how the skill sets of the students before and after. We kind of look at the data, again, of what the businesses saw, alumni, and how could we improve. We believe, like I call it a pilot, and maybe I'll call it a pilot forever, because we continue to improve. And how do we get better? And I think in most cases, a lot of institutions, business colleges, they're just doing things on the fly. And I just think that's not sustainable. Students demand more. I think using business or marketing analytics really helps us improve. So here's just an example. When we first started this in the spring of 2020. Again, we never did get the post. We never did get the post analysis, but we did get the pre-analysis. I think which really was helpful. The example, the marketing students. Here's an example. So where I thought, if you can see it sees how students are rating themselves, and for example, written and oral communications, most of the students consider themselves 4 or 5, that they're real strong. Yet, and they're okay, but across the country, there is really a deficiency because the expectations of employers are very high, and so most students they think they're better than they are, and so that is really something that I took note of, and it's really consistent with other research data that has been done. So students think they're really better at when they're really not in some areas. And here's what I thought was shocking: professionalism. All of them graded themselves like most of them 10. We're 10s, but I know there's some work that needs to be done, especially in the dress in address mode, and what does that mean? And so I think that is a critical thing. So one of the things I was shocked on is for preparation. They didn't really think they were all that skilled skilled in digital literacy. Again, we talk about Generation Z, who are very digitally conscious. So I was really shocked. I'm really floored. And so I think I have to do a better job. We have to do a better job in showing them, hey, you really have some unique skill sets, because people that's maybe over 30 or 40 don't have those skills. And there are some deficiencies, but I think they're much higher than they actually rated themselves. So that really gave us something to pause about and figuring out what we need to do on that. And I said the same thing for culture intelligence. Was I thought was kind of shocking. So just some things, just kind of little notes. We've helped a whole lot of institutions, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs. We helped some startups. There was a guy that did laser tag. We helped him initiate that. Just working at the undergraduate level, just working with various programs. Just since we've been doing this since 2016, again, that's when I got here. But I'm sure the Dickerson Business College have been doing research and working with accountants, been doing a lot of things over time. So I just trying to document some of the things that was done during my time. Again, we work with MBA students, and this has been amazing. Just want to show you, we've been helping people all across the country. Just in the fall, help a business in Mexico. So we've been all over the place, as you can see. So in conclusion, the status quo will not do. So if you are engaged in the status quo as an academic, this just not work. There's a new paradigm that needs to take place for faculty, that they're fully engaged with the students. And students need to understand the expectations of employers. That's very important. And when we have a relationship with our business partners, we're really building the next legacy of employers in the future. We need everyone to be engaged and everyone involved. And actually, the OBU micro internship is all about engagement. It's all about involvement, because the goal is to make the students better. The goal is to give the employers prospective employees that understand what is expected, and that they can just come in, plug and play. So if you're interested if you're a student and you're interested in learning more about our micro internship, please contact me. If you are a business and you're having problems, you like to be more effective and more efficient, you can contact me. I would put you on our list and try to match you with a team of students, or even MBA students, graduate students, and if necessary, even a faculty person to help you be successful. Again, if you are an institution that is not doing the micro internship, you can give me a call. We put together a guide that kind of facilitates what we're trying to do. There are forms that we have for our students and our business partners to do. But it's really about being the best you can be. I'm so excited. I'm so engaged. So I look forward to our next engagement. Please feel free to call me, and have a wonderful and blessed day from Bison Hill.